Hello everyone, thank you so much for clicking on today's video and welcome to my channel. I wanted to start off this video by saying thank you so much to all of my subscribers. We just crossed 500 subscribers and I'm literally screaming. Like, I can't believe it. Thank you so much. You guys are the ones that keep me going. I was looking at my statistics and I noticed that about 80% of my viewers are not subscribed. It varies from video to video obviously, but this is the overall statistics. So I just wanted to ask, if you like my videos and you're interested in hearing more from me, that you please click the subscribe button. It really helps my channel grow. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. That would be a great milestone to achieve. Anyways, in this story, OP is a mid-level manager at an academic institution, and they encounter an employee who read one of those self-help books and is really not good at what they're trying to do. The employee keeps telling OP their quote-unquote expectations of them, which I think is a roundabout way of trying to get them to do something. Anyways, I think OP handles it really well. If you do enjoy this video, I'd really appreciate it if you could give it a thumbs up. Anyways, onto the story. My employee keeps telling me his quote-unquote expectations of me. I'm a mid-level college administrator. One of my direct reports is positioning himself to move up in a couple of years, from a department member to department head. He would still report to me, but the working relationship would be a little different. I need to work closely with department heads, and it can have a major impact on my work and the organization if that relationship is toxic. The problem is that he thinks he is a lot smarter than me. He apparently read something about managing up and now is trying to manage me. He's very bad at it, mind you. His attempts to manipulate me are clumsy and obvious, but he doesn't realize that I know what he's doing, because he's sure that he's much smarter than me. There's also some sexism going on here. I'm female and he seems to have problems with that sometimes. And I'm relatively new to the organization, so he doesn't know me very well. Every conversation degenerates into incredibly irritating condescension and smugness on his part. For example, he has said things like, "My expectation is that you will give me a hint if you think that there may be a change coming up." Me, not happening. I try to squelch rumors, not spread them, and if there is a change coming, your department head will know first. 2. My expectation is that you will change the meeting time. Me, no. A meeting that involves 27 people and has been scheduled for a month will not be rescheduled just for you. About a minor snafu with the bookstore. I'm sure you understand why you need to have this person fired. Me, let's just talk about how we're going to handle a fairly small problem. About a travel department matter that could easily have been resolved before it even got to me. I know that you will do the right thing and bring this to the chief academic officer. That's the equivalent of the CEO. Me, here's the solution that I see. He always ends with a smirk and a slow nod. His body language says that he's certain that he has programmed me to respond correctly. Right now, I just smile, ignore it whenever possible, and get back to the issue at hand. Occasionally, I have addressed it head-on when I need to clarify that he will definitely not be getting what he wants this time. I want to call him on this because it is getting very tiresome. It also sidetracks the conversation away from the important stuff we need to be discussing. And I don't enjoy being treated with such disrespect. If he does become the department head, it'll be even more important that he has some respect for my intelligence. I'm tempted to give him a book on the topic and tell him that he needs to study more before trying this again. But in calmer moments, I know that level of bluntness, sarcasm, snark, whatever you want to call it, will just embarrass him and put him on the defensive. How can I stop this behavior without doing too much damage to our working relationship? Or do I just have to put up with the sentences that start with, "My expectation is that you will," forever? A complicating factor is that he's popular with his colleagues, which is why he will be very seriously considered for the department head position. In academia, that decision is made by the faculty. I could potentially veto their decision, but right now I don't have enough ammunition to go nuclear, and it would destroy my credibility with the rest of the department. That's why I would rather figure out how to make this work if I can. This guy sounds incredibly obnoxious, and also if he's trying to manage you, he's bad at it. Managing up doesn't mean pretend that you're your boss's manager and tell them what to do. It means working with your boss in a way that will produce the best possible results for both of you and figuring out what is and isn't within your sphere of control to act upon. So he's confused on the concept. But you're right that your options are complicated by what sounds like a genuine need to handle him more delicately than you ideally would. Ideally, in a situation with politics different than this one, you'd just name what he's doing and tell him to stop. The next time he started in with, "My expectation is that you will," you'd say, "Framing this as your expectations of me is coming across really strangely. My job is to make the decisions on this type of thing. I'll ask you for your input and perspective at times, and you're certainly welcome to ask whether there's something you'd like to see, but ultimately that's a call I'll make myself. And actually, it's possible that you could do that here too. If you feel like you can do it, please do. Alternately, you can convey that same message without spelling it out so explicitly, simply by making it clear that you aren't being swayed by whatever weird technique he's attempting. For example, him. "My expectation is that you will give me a hint if you think there may be a change coming up." You. "No, that's not something you should expect. If there is a change coming, your department head will be the first person to talk with you about it." Him. "My expectation is that you will change the meeting time." You. "I'm not going to reschedule this meeting since it involves so many other people and has been on the calendar for a while." Him. "I'm sure you understand why you need to have this person fired." You. "I don't agree that's warranted here. This is a small problem and I'll handle it directly with Jane." Him. "I know that you will do the right thing and bring this to the chief academic officer." You. "The chief academic officer and I are in agreement that I'll handle this type of issue. What I will do is XYZ. Another option is to have a natural reaction to his "my expectation is" language, meaning that you let yourself seem visibly surprised. For example, if he said that his expectation was that you change a meeting time, you could say, "I'm surprised that you expect that given how many other people the meeting involves. Can you clarify for me why you'd expect that?" Or, "That's landing with me quite strangely. Can you explain what you mean?" There's a pretty good chance that if you repeat this a few times, he'll feel awkward enough that he'll stop doing it, and ideally may even realize that he can't push you around. In a normal work situation, i.e. not academia, I'd also say to loop your own boss in on what's going on, given the likelihood of promotion for this guy. Someone above you needs to hear, at a minimum, that he has problem respecting women's authority. But academia is full of politics that I don't have any expertise in, so I can't tell you if that makes sense to do here or not, but at least consider it as an option. There was a development a couple of weeks ago that I would like to share. I had been out for a couple of weeks, minor surgery, all is well, and so had not interacted with this guy for a while. After I returned, there was a minor incident involving a student complaint. I sent an email to him and one other person to let them know that it had been resolved. He showed up at my office and the dialogue went like this. Him. "My expectation was that in this situation, you would do this thing." Me. "Why did you expect that?" Him. "What?" Me. "You've developed a habit of telling me what you think I should be doing. It's not useful and I need you to stop." Him, while huffing. "I'm just trying to help." Me. "I was hired here because I have a lot of expertise in this kind of work. I do actually know what I'm doing." Him. "Well, I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings by trying to help." Me. "This isn't about anyone's feeling, mine or yours. I treat you as a professional and I need you to treat me the same way. That's the best way for both of us to do our jobs and serve the college mission. and that's what we're here to do. Him very quietly. Right. We've had conversations since then, and he hasn't used that phrase again. A couple of times I could see it struggling to come out, but so far he's held it back. He's not been bubbly and overflowing with camaraderie, but he's still speaking to me, not obstructing me, and he's leaving me alone so I can do my job. And even better, he's taken himself out of the running for department chair. I overheard something about having to be around ball-busting women all the time, but I'm sure that was just a rumor. The advice from the commenters was very useful, and I appreciate that you gave me the opportunity to hear them out. Thank you, Alison. So guys, what did you think about this? One of the first things that I noticed, especially in Alison's response, was the acknowledgement of how weird things are in the academic industry. And let's admit it, it is an industry. Some of the faculty members have so much power, and I understand to an extent you do need it for the organization to thrive, but it really becomes a downside when you have extremely toxic people on board and it just ruins a department or even a whole organization. Anyways, what did you think about this, guys? Please let me know in the comments down below. If you did like it, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe if you'd like to hear more stories from Reddit with updates.